What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one we're going to be doing another video, I guess kind of a top 10 list for today. This one we're going to be doing 10 things I hate about The Walking Dead Season 8. And a very happy Canada Day to everybody that's watching. Of course, all my fellow Canadians out there, I want to say a huge happy Canada Day for you guys. If you guys don't know, for the people that live in the U.S., July 1st is Canada Day for everybody here. So, a happy Canada Day to everybody. It's a bit different this year, for sure. It's definitely a little bit different since, the world is more shut down, so things are a bit different. There's not as much kind of going on, unfortunately. But I still want to say a happy Canada Day to all the people, because I know there's a few people here that are Canadian, so, and I am as well, too. So I want to say a huge thank you. Basically, Canada Day for the people in the U.S., it's basically like our 4th of July, basically, is what it is. People in the U.S., it's 4th of July. For us, it's Canada Day. Now, one more thing I want to talk about before we get into today's video as well is, and by the way, too, I just put up my new calendar for The Walking Dead July, and we got Carol on it in her, Season 9 gear, first couple episodes of Season 9, so that looks really cool. But, I do want to also mention, too, that the Negan Lives comic has just released today to comic book stores. So I will be picking that up, but it is a holiday today, so I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on it today. I may have to wait till at least tomorrow when the stores open again or whatever for us at least. So my review for the Negan Lives comic will probably be out either tomorrow or the next day. So something like that you guys can expect for the Negan comic. So it may not be today. It all just depends on when I can get it, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But yeah, just wanted to mention that as well, since the Negan comic has just came out today, and I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited to read it, that's for sure. So, okay, so let's talk about, now that we got all that stuff out of the way, I want to get into this top 10 list, this list of 10 things I don't like about The Walking Dead Season 8. So, we did 10 things I like about Season 7, 10 things I hate about Season 7, and then, of course, we did 10 things I like about Season 8. Now we're doing 10 things I hate about Season 8. So, I will be doing this for Season 9 as well, and Season 10, I will be doing 10 things I like, 10 things I don't like, 10 things I like, 10 things I don't like for Season 9 and 10, so that means 4 more videos of these coming up as well, and it's going to be harder for Season 9 and 10, because Season 9 and 10 have so much I just love about it, so, definitely it's going to be tough to do this type of video for those, but, anyway, so, let's talk about it, let's talk about 10 things we do not like about Season 8, you guys can also leave some things you don't like about Season 8 as well in the comment section below, and, we'll discuss that as well, so, okay, now, this is definitely a list I definitely wanted to do because, there are a lot of things in Season 8 that I like, but there are a lot of things that really annoy me as well, and especially because I just finished rewatching Season 8, so there are a lot of things that I definitely want to kind of share my opinions on. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the list. Number 10 is going to be, Season 8, Episode 3, Jesus' Decision to Save the Saviors. I don't like this decision at all. Honestly, you could say maybe it's justified, maybe, that Jesus would do something like this, but at the same time, I just can't stand Jesus' decisions in Season 8. I just don't think that Jesus really deserves, a lot of screen time this season. Tom Payne's Jesus in Season 8, I think, the actor did well. I just don't think the Jesus character was written well in Season 8. So that's definitely going to have to be number 10. Just Jesus' character, saving the saviors and doing all the stuff he did, not something I wanted to see, especially when you look at what he does in the comic versus the TV show. Not even comparable, honestly. So, number 9 is going to be filler episodes. Now, Season 8 is very drawn out. It's very kind of long, and it's, there's a lot of episodes that you could argue maybe could have been trimmed down. No matter how you look at it, Season 8 really should have been trimmed down a lot. And, I really think that that's a big problem with Season 8 is the filler episodes. Because there's some episodes. Now, here's the thing I will say. I don't think there's one specific episode in this season that is completely filler. I just think that there are a lot of parts of each episode that have a lot of filler in it, And that's, and when I mean filler, I mean stuff that you could skip and the story would, advance just fine. There are a lot of things in Season 8 that I think they could have skipped, and the story would have still went the exact same way, and things would have still worked out. Honestly, and that's just my personal opinion. Maybe some people disagree about that, but I just think filler episodes, honestly, there were a lot of parts in certain episodes that were filler, that did not need to be there, and I have to mention it, honestly, because I feel very strongly about it, to be honest. So, moving on to number 8 is going to be Oceanside. So, Oceanside is a location that I really think they should have made different in the TV show version. They should have done something more interesting with it. I like the concept of Oceanside, I do, but it got to a point where I didn't even care in Season 8. Like, when Aaron and Enid went to Oceanside, I was kind of like, who cares? Like, I don't know. The replay value of Aaron and Enid going to Oceanside is really bad. And, I mean, they show up once in the finale. They save the group once in the finale. They save Tara and Alden and a couple others, and they throw like a couple whatever. But like honestly, they barely do anything in Season 8. They're mostly just hiding out during the whole season. They're really just kind of just a rat for the show, honestly. And I don't like it. I think Oceanside, and it's a good example of why I say this too, is because look at Season 9. Most of Season 9, Oceanside has nothing to do with it. Like that's what I'm talking about, except for like warning signs and a couple episodes like this. But what I'm saying is Oceanside really should have had more screen time and more interesting stuff than what they got, and it just turned out to be something that was not interesting for the season. And it's more of, which is what I mean by, drawing things out and stuff like, stuff like this that was just not necessary, to be honest. So I had to put it on the list. Number 8, Oceanside. Number 7 is going to be the Junkyard Group. Now, the Junkyard Group is terrible, honestly. I really don't understand why the Junkyard Group got so much focus time in Season 8. And specifically, the reason why I say this too is because the Junkyard Group, it's not like we care about them. It's not like we care about them as a group. So why are they giving us all this screen time with them, And I could go on and on. I'm just saying, number 7, Junkyard. I think they had too much of a role in Season 8 when really they should have died a long time ago or never been in the show to begin with, honestly. The only useful thing the Junkyard Group did long-term is that Jadis, therefore, was there to save Rick. That's the only thing. And they could have had anybody save Rick, honestly. They could have had anything like that happen. But honestly, the Junkyard Group, I stand so strongly by saying I don't think they were necessary in Season 8. I think they were only there to fill up time, and honestly, it shows. It really does in a lot of the episodes. But yeah, number 7, the Junkyard. Coming into number 6 is going to be Daryl. So, I know this is going to be a very kind of surprising, part of this video for a lot of people, because I know maybe a lot of people are like, it's Daryl. Why do you not like Daryl? Why is Daryl number 6 in this 10 things you don't like about Season 8? I love Daryl. I really do. He's my favorite character in The Walking Dead right now, currently. After Rick is gone and all that stuff, and after Michonne's left, Daryl is probably the next character is probably my favorite. But, I'm sorry to say, I just don't like Daryl in Season 8. I really don't. I think he really ruins a lot of the stuff. And he really is just reckless, and it's annoying, and it's frustrating. And honestly, I think a good one to tie this with is the number 5 spot. Coming in number 5 is also going to be Tara. I feel like Tara is another person I have to mention. I think, honestly, Tara is a character that really, honestly, she shouldn't have gotten as much focus time as she did in Season 8. Her trying to kill Dwight in the woods, her going with Daryl to drive the truck through the sanctuary, they're both stupid this season. I'm sorry to say, but they both acted like idiots. And, like I said, I love, Norman Reedus' Daryl. I love Alana Masterson's Tara a lot of the time as well. But the characters in this season are just horrible. I'm sorry to say. I think that they really, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of fans that were really annoyed with the two of them this season. And I have to put Daryl at number 6 and Tara at number 5. I just think it's the right thing to do, honestly. I feel like they're two characters that really needed some fixing this season. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Eugene. So, Eugene is a character that, I really wish Eugene would have, redeemed himself sooner. I feel like they let the Eugene storyline with the Saviors go too long, and because of that, fans hated him, and then by the time that he redeemed himself with the bullets and stuff, nobody was really like, oh yes, Eugene. They're like, yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, a lot of people were like, oh, finally Eugene does something good. Like, don't you guys feel like that's kind of the main reaction, is that a lot of people were like, oh, finally Eugene, stepped up. He finally did something after all this time, That's kind of the vibe I got with a lot of the fans after I watched the Season 8 finale, is that a lot of people were like, it's about time, So yeah, but that at least says that people didn't give up hope that Eugene would do something good. But, you know, Eugene being a savior, Eugene being Negan, it went on too long. It just became frustrating. It didn't even become understanding. And honestly, it's, yeah, it just, I don't know. I feel like they really should have had not only the war, but if they were going to cut up the war in Season 8, they should have also cut up the amount of time that Eugene was being Negan. Because, honestly, that was really becoming a, you know, really frustrating storyline as well. And Eugene is probably the most annoying character in Season 8 for me, just personally as a viewer. I think that Eugene really should have, you know, became more normal again sooner, to be honest. I highly believe that, to be honest, because I feel like all the hate that Eugene was getting in Season 7 and 8 is because they dragged that storyline with Eugene being Negan out too long, and then it became non-interesting or just frustrating in the end. So, yeah, definitely. But I know maybe some people disagree, so I'll kind of keep it short with that one. But yeah, Eugene definitely should have, the storyline with Eugene definitely should have been a little bit shorter in this season is really all I'm going to have to say about that. So yeah, number 4, Eugene. Coming in at number 3 is going to be just simply characters doing dumb decisions. Honestly, I really have this is one of the biggest problems about Season 8, is that you have so many characters in this season that are just making terrible decisions. Decisions that could either get somebody killed, or decisions that, you know, could get themselves killed, or more than just one or two, like a bunch of the group killed. And not only our main characters, not only Daryl, not only, Tara, a bunch of these characters, but Eugene, but you also have a couple other characters that just do dumb things as well, like even Simon, he got a bunch of those saviors killed at the hilltop just because he wanted to eliminate all of them, and it's because he acted a bit reckless and he kind of went behind Negan's back, and even though I understand Simon's motives, I have to say it was still a risky decision, and I don't know, I personally, and the junkyard and all this stuff, and even Rick, he made terrible decisions in Season 8, I'll admit it, like, when Rick decided, like, for, like, the 15,000th time, I have to talk to Jadis, I have to go talk to the junkyard group, I'd rather take my chances with Daryl. I'd rather take my chances with Daryl and driving the truck through than even team up with those junkyard people as it is. And I think I've said this before. Honestly, I don't understand it. I seriously don't understand it. So number 3, characters doing dumb decisions. Absolutely, I can't leave it out. Number 2 is going to be All Out War itself. All Out War should have been shorter. I mean, that's the only thing I gotta say. All Out War should have been a half a season. That's the biggest problem. And because they had it to be, like, kind of like 16, but also kind of like 17 with the Season 7 finale. Pretty much like 17 episodes of All Out War. Fans got bored. Fans got blah with it. And then that's why they didn't like the season. Is because, you had all these episodes of war, but fans wanted something different. Why do you think fans were so happy with Season 9? It's because it was something different. After like 3 seasons of like Negan, the Saviors, all this stuff, people wanted a change, and Angela brought the best change the Walking Dead story could ever have. And honestly, that's why people probably love Season 9 so much, is because it's finally something different after all these seasons. It's finally not focused on the Saviors, Eugene, Negan, and all this stuff. I feel like it just went on too long, and it's one of the biggest problems with Season 8, and it's also why, a lot of people don't like Season 8 because they had the war throughout the whole season, so it wasn't fast-paced at all. It was just kind of casual, battle here, battle there, and even though some of them turned out good, while others not so much, All Out War really should have been shorter in the TV series version, and I do that as well in my Season 7 rewrite as well, which I'll discuss later, but, yeah, just definitely, really, just something I really feel strongly about. All Out War should have been trimmed, honestly. So, the number 1 biggest mistake, I'm sure you guys all know it, the biggest mistake in The Walking Dead Season 8, the biggest thing I hate about it is Carl's death. I mean, honestly, you can't tell me this was not the worst decision The Walking Dead show has ever done. It is a horrible idea for the future. Henry had nothing near the amount of kind of fan support Carl would have had with his relationship with Lydia, and just simply everything. Carl's death, it really, I think, is one of the biggest reasons why people don't like Season 8, why they don't even want to watch it, why they don't want to watch the whole season at all, is because a lot of it is about kind of Carl and what he wanted for the group and his death and all this stuff. It really is. This season took a huge hit when it comes to Carl's death, and honestly, it was something that was really unnecessary, and honestly, I'll never ever forgive Gimple for doing that, honestly. I think it's a horrible decision. So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. What are 10 things you guys don't like about The Walking Dead Season 8? I want to hear that in the comment section below. Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian fans out there. And I want to say a huge thank you to all you guys for, watching this video, and as well, let me know, what your list is down below. I hope, all my Canadians have a great Canada Day, and I will catch you guys really soon for some more Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and of course, if you're new here, click the subscribe button to send my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon, hopefully in the next couple days as well, for a Negan Lives comic review, and of course, we'll do that. We'll kind of give our thoughts on that once I can actually get it, and anyway, guys, I'll see you guys really soon for another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?